Have you ever felt like you're looking at a pattern, something so intricate and perfect that it has to be by design? Well, today, we're diving into exactly that. We're going to uncover a stunning symmetry hidden deep within the Quran's narrative, a kind of cosmic code that connects two of its most powerful stories in a way you've probably never seen before.
And it all kicks off with this total paradox. In Surah 18, the prophet Musa, that's Moses, meets this mysterious man, Khidr, a servant of God who has the special hidden knowledge. But the things Khidr does, they seem to make absolutely no sense. I mean, they're so strange, they push Musa's understanding, and ours, right to the edge.
Okay, so let's get right into it. What we have here is a story where divine wisdom is working completely behind the curtain. On the surface, Khidr's actions look destructive, cruel, even pointless. But underneath it all, there's a logic so profound, it completely flips our whole idea of what mercy and loss even mean.
So let's just walk through these. First, he goes and damages a boat that belongs to some poor fisherman. Then, he takes the life of a young boy. And to top it off, he fixes a wall in a town where the people literally just refuse to give them food or water. I mean, from our point of view, it looks like vandalism, murder, and just a total waste of time. What could possibly be the reason?
Well, the answer is right here in this principle. See, Khidr later explains everything. The boat was damaged to save it from a tyrant king who was seizing all the good boats. The boy was taken to save his parents from future heartbreak, and he'd be replaced by someone better. And that wall? It was protecting a hidden treasure for two orphans. So you see, every single act that looked like destruction was actually an act of divine preservation in disguise.
But here's where it gets truly amazing. This pattern isn't just a one-off story. Nope, it's like a divine signature. We see this exact same logic perfectly mirrored in the life of another great prophet, Ibrahim, or Abraham. His biggest tests reflect Khidr's hidden wisdom in three stunning parallels.
Okay, look at this first parallel. Khidr damages the boat, an apparent loss, to protect it. Well, think about Ibrahim leaving his baby son Ishmael in a barren desert. It looks like the ultimate abandonment, right? But that very act preserved the sacred lineage from which future prophets would come. It was a kind of sinking that was actually a salvation.
And the second mirror, wow, this one is even more intense. Khidr's painful act brings about a purer future for a family. This is a direct reflection of Ibrahim's ultimate test, his willingness to sacrifice his own son. That act of complete surrender wasn't really about death. It was about purifying a lineage to pave the way for the spiritual orphans to come, prophets like Isa and Muhammad.
And this last parallel is it's beautiful. Khidr rebuilt a physical wall to protect a treasure for two orphans, while Ibrahim, along with his son Ishmael, raised the foundations of the Kaaba. Think about it. It's a spiritual wall, protecting the ultimate treasure of monotheism for all of us, for all future generations who are the spiritual heirs of that promise.
So, when you put it all together, you realize that Khidr's lesson to Musa and Ibrahim's entire life journey are teaching the exact same profound truth. That real faith means trusting the divine plan that you can't see, where letting go of what's in front of you is what protects the blessings that are being prepared for you.
Okay, so this brings up a huge question. If this pattern, this symmetry, connecting these massive prophetic stories is so clear, why isn't it common knowledge? Why is it so often missed? How come more of us don't see these deep, incredible connections?
Well, the source material we're looking at suggests that the problem isn't in the text itself, it's in how we approach it. The idea is that an over-reliance on secondary reports, a kind of blind following, can actually cloud our vision and hide the direct message of the Quran. The book itself is just sitting there, waiting for us to engage with it directly.
And the key to unlocking that direct engagement is hidden in the Quran's unbelievable precision with its own language. It makes a critical distinction between two different commands, and honestly, understanding this difference changes everything.
So check this out. The Quran uses two different words. Obey, or ati'u, is used when you're talking about a living, present authority, someone right there in front of you giving direct orders. But follow, or ittabi'u, is for adhering to a path or a revelation that's still there even when the person who brought it is gone. See the difference? One needs presence, the other works even in absence.
And the Quran is so deliberate about this. It says, obey the messenger when he's there, present and leading. But then it also commands us to follow what has been revealed, talking about the scripture itself. This is so important. Obey the messenger who is physically present,
but follow the revelation, the timeless map that he left behind for everyone for all time.
You want to see what happens when this goes wrong? Look no further than the story of the Sumerian and the golden calf. He didn't follow the direct revelation. What did he do? He claimed he had special knowledge from the messenger's trace. Just a guess, a conjecture, and it led an entire people into disaster. It's a massive warning about the danger of following secondary traces instead of the primary source.
So the invitation here is simple but powerful. It's to engage with the Quran as the ultimate, detailed, and precise guide that it says it is, to let its own internal patterns and symmetries speak for themselves, to read it free from what the source calls the mixed smoke of all the external noise.
And when you start to do that, you begin to see that this whole idea of symmetry isn't just a clever storytelling trick, it actually reflects the fundamental structure of reality itself as the Quran describes it, this deep cosmic duality.
And this duality pops up everywhere in the Quran. You've got the elevated mountain of divine order. It's built on wisdom, and it leads to light and submission. And then you have the man-made mountain of human arrogance. Think of Pharaoh's towers, built on pride, leading to collapse and purification through fire. Two paths, two structures, two completely different destinies.
And this duality isn't static. It pulses with a cosmic rhythm. There are these upward movements of life and purity, like prayer or the birth of Isa, and the Quran describes these as erecting the mountain. Then there are these downward movements of judgment that carve away corruption, like the Great Flood, which are described as creating the river. It's like a cosmic heartbeat.
And this all leads to a mind-blowing idea, that mercy and judgment, light and fire, they're not opposites fighting each other. They're two faces of the exact same divine reality. It's like a Quranic wave-particle duality, a rhythm of creation and purification that's just woven into the fabric of existence.
So, once you start seeing these hidden symmetries, these recurring patterns, these cosmic dualities, it lets you approach the text with completely new eyes. You stop seeing it as just a collection of stories, and you start to see it for what it is, a deeply interconnected, living map.
I mean, this quote from the source material just says it all. The Quran isn't a linear history book that you read from A to B. It's symphonic, with themes that echo and resonate across the entire text. It's fractal, where the pattern of the whole universe is reflected in its smallest parts. And it's stellar, with this divine geometry connecting every single point of light.
So let's just quickly recap our key takeaways from all this. Number 1, what looks like loss can actually be hidden mercy. Number 2, Ibrahim's life is a living demonstration of the wisdom Khidr taught. 3, there's a huge difference between following a timeless revelation and just obeying secondary reports. And finally, the Quran is built on these incredibly profound patterns of symmetry, just waiting for us to discover them.
And that really leaves us with one last, empowering question to think about. Is the Quran just a book of rules to be followed blindly without question? Or is it a dynamic, cosmic map filled with signs and patterns, inviting you, yes, you, to become an active explorer and learn how to read it for yourself? The choice, as always, is yours.